Welcome back to the High Sierra Report. I'm Jenna Andrews. In the studio here with me is Mike Peron to talk a little about his experiences here at Lake Tahoe Television. How's it going today, Mike?
It's been the ride of a lifetime here at Lake Tahoe TV. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for talking with me and going over a few little bit experiences and why you're in usually this seat instead of me.
Right, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how you got here. What kind of schooling did you do to get into journalism?
Well, it all started actually in high school. I was always running around with the camera, and I'd actually get in trouble a few times here and there because they didn't allow cameras on the high school campus. So I took that experience into college as I was playing baseball. I was in a business management program for marketing, and thanks to the help of some of the counselors at Fresno State in the business program, they let me know that I could take a few extra classes and turn it into a double major. And I also majored in mass communication and journalism, their MCJ program there, and that specified in broadcasting. So sort of have two majors that come into play here at Lake Tahoe TV. So I was fresh out of college, moved up to Lake Tahoe to have that one ski season, and then I was going to go to San Francisco and do my professional thing. But I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to find some Lake Tahoe TV that afforded me the option to do the professional side, that utilized my majors, and live in the place that I love.
That's awesome. I know all about the one season deal, trying to go for 6 months, and that was about 10 years ago for me.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's a nice place to get stuck, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, how did you get into the field and get your experience here at Lake Tahoe TV, other than just give them a call and trying to come in for an interview?
Right. Well, I'm a strong believer in it's about who you know and what you know, not what you know. So, they both got to come into play, right? So, it was a little bit chance and a little bit of, strategy in finding this position. I knew the right people that had worked here. There was a positioning open, and it was the front desk position. So I started from the bottom and worked my way up. I'm now the marketing director and on-air host here. It's a full-time salary job, and I absolutely love it.
That's awesome. So kind of similar to where I'm getting a little bit of start in this place as well. Starting from the basics and hopefully working my way up to learning some things just like you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully. That's awesome. So what kind of qualifications would you feel necessary for someone like myself or any other aspiring journalist to, qualify for something like this?
Well, you could come in here as, fresh as ever and not really know anything, and if you have the aptitude to learn and really focus in and the drive, you can learn it all on the fly. It's one of those things where you can start out with no skills really, or you can come in with a specific goal in mind. If you wanted to be on air or you want to do sales, because there's a lot of advertising sales that really drives the ship, I guess you could say. So you could be a salesperson, you could be a graphic designer, you could be just a straight editor and producer where you go out and you produce content. But more than anything, you've got to have the drive to always adapt. In the TV industry, in the live broadcast industry, in the stuff that we're doing, you have to be able to adapt to maybe if you have a shoot, a video shoot that you have scheduled and weather rolls in. You've got to be able to overcome that, weather objection. You've got to be able to learn on the fly here. That's one of the biggest ones, but if you want to be on air, you've got to have that knack for, that intrinsic sort of questioning strategy to keep the conversation going. So there's a wide array of skills and qualifications that can fall in here. It's just what do you want to do and how are you going to apply yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like there's so many options, especially working in the studio here, and it's nice that you can wear many different hats and get experiences in all those different areas, especially for someone like me coming more from a photo journalism background, moving into more video stuff. It's nice to be able to have that opportunity to see you and a lot of the other crew members, work together and kind of get into a nice, concise show, and multiple shows actually for that matter. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
What kind of words of wisdom would you give someone like me or any other aspiring journalist?
Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Well, from the business perspective, I would say treat it like it's your own business. If you treat it like it's your own personal business, you're going to care a little bit more. You're going to think about things a little deeper and make sure things are done right. When you do that, it'll rub off to your peers, to your management. They're going to see that, and they're going to want to hire from within because you are taking that ownership. From a journalistic standpoint, like I mentioned, sort of that intrinsic questioning strategy, always wanting to find out more, sort of pressing the subject and knowing when to back off of the subject.
Gotcha.
Knowing what questions not to ask is usually more important than what to ask. If that makes any sense, so it's
Absolutely.
Covering really covering the guidelines of what you're gonna go over in an interview, in a video shoot, making sure that the client, the story, it's really comprehensive.
Gotcha. Have you ever asked a question to a guest that has totally thrown them for a loop or made them uncomfortable, you think, and you've kind of...
Absolutely. Absolutely, I have. I won't tell you what the questions were, who the client was, but it's a difficult situation. So that's why it puts not only them in the difficult situation, it also puts yourself in the difficult predicament. So you don't want to do that. That's why you cover those guidelines.
That's awesome. Yeah, it seems to me that every time that I watch your show, you're always really good about keeping the flow and asking all the right questions and making all your clients and guests feel really comfortable, and it's something that's pretty impressive. So
got to be on your toes.
Absolutely,
Yep.
Absolutely. What would be one of maybe your most memorable or favorite experiences or places that you've done shoots for?
Oh, let's see. Celebrity golf is always fun. The American Century Championship, that's a blast. That's one of the few things that actually gets my palms sweaty here or there, trying to wrangle up celebrities. But even more than that, the professional athletes sometimes that we interview, that gets my heart pumping more than anything. The pit's sweating. It's it's some of these people are my idols, and I really look up to them. And to be sitting across from them on TV, it gets your blood pumping. So. When that sort of a high-profile interview is what really gets me going. But I love being able to help move people's business. I mean, we're in an advertising medium. We broadcast, the story of Lake Tahoe, and that's what helps me get by every day, knowing that I'm gaining exposures. For example, Big Brothers Big Sisters this morning came into the studio, and we're helping a volunteer group gain exposure so they can get more volunteers, and that helps me sleep at night.
Absolutely. It's all about helping, the community, and that's one benefit about being in such a nice place like Lake Tahoe, where we all generally care about each other and we try to help each other out. So it's nice to be in a place that tries to promote that as well. So that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking with me and helping me with my report for my internship. I do appreciate it.
It's been good having you as part of the team.
Thank you. I hopefully we'll move forward, and I look forward to working with you and everyone else a little bit more and getting more comfortable in front of the camera. And
you're doing a killer job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, thanks for tuning in with us to the High Sierra Report, and have a great day.